Hey everyone, this is Ieasha of Event Decor and Designs by Ieasha, and today I am going to be talking about the difference between event planners and event designers. I had someone who asked a question, so in this video I will be answering your questions. So let's get into the video. Hey everyone, again this is Ieasha of Event Decor and Designs by Ieasha, and welcome back. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the difference between an event planner and an event designer or an event decorator. All right, now I have some things written down. That's why I'll be looking down. So I have an event business, which is Event Decor and Designs by Ieasha. I'm the founder and the owner, which I am an event decorator or an event designer is what I call myself. Now, what I do, I go out to the client and I decorate for their events. I decorate for weddings, anniversary, dinner parties, corporate events, baby showers, whatever my client need me to come out and decorate for, I would decorate for that. I also have event rentals, all right? Now, I've had this question asked to me numerous times, so I just wanted to come here and just talk to y'all, first of all, about the difference between an event planner and an event designer or decorator. Now, I am not an event planner. That's not my title, but I can do event planning. I can be an event planner. I plan my wedding. I plan numerous birthdays, my kids' birthday parties and things like that. So I can plan as well as decorate. So that's pretty much what an event planner is, all right? So let me just tell you a little bit about some more things that event planners do. An event planner is someone who plans the event. It could be planning the entire event or part of the event. It just depends on what the client wants the event planner to do. Event planners also get all vendors. So just as for instance, the client is having a wedding. Now, event planners help the bride because the bride don't need to have any extra, things to do. They just need to concentrate on the wedding. So that's where an event planner come in. Event planner come in to help the bride or the groom, the mom of the bride, to help prepare anything that needs to be done, such as finding a venue, getting the band together, getting the lights together, the light crew, caterers, and even event decorators or event designers. So sometimes the event planners hire the event decorators or the event designers to come in and decorate for the event. All right, so that's my job. That's what I do. I come in and I decorate for the event for the client or either the event planner, whoever have hired me to come in and decorate for the wedding, the birthday party, whatever it may be, or even a corporate event. All right, now there are, event planners also have balloon stylists because at some weddings, some brides want balloons, some of them don't. But they hire people to come in and help design the wedding because an event designer or an event decorator, they are creatives. We create beautiful designs that will wow the audience or the guests or the client, the bride and the groom. So event planners also get together guest lists. The client gives the event planner the guest list of everyone who they plan to invite. And so the event planner gets all of those things together and pretty much get out any invitations or anything that needs to be taken care of ahead of time so that everyone will know about the event ahead of time and be able to let them know if they're able to come to the event or not. All right. They're also there for rehearsals. So if you ever been to a wedding and, most brides and grooms at most weddings, they have rehearsals. I had a rehearsal at mine. So the event planner, what they do, they come in to make sure everything goes smoothly. They make sure everyone know what to do. They make sure the bride know what to do. The groom know what to do. They make sure they know what the bridesmaids, make sure they know what their jobs are. The groomsman, the mom of the bride, the dad of the bride and groom, and also the flower girl, so they're there to keep the stress off the bride and the groom, okay? All right, so, so that's pretty much what event planners do. Now, event designers or event decorators, because some people consider themselves event designers. Some people consider themselves event decorators. It's both pretty much the same thing, right? But you creating for someone's event. You're creating the wow look. You're creating the wow factor so that when guests walk into the room, they be like, wow. You know, the client walks into the event and they were like, wow, amazing, something fabulous. All right. So whether you're an event designer or an event decorator, that's what we do. We go in and we create what I call the wow factor. All right, so as an event designer and decorator, focus on the creative side of things, such as coming in to see how everything is going to be set up. So just say, for instance, there's a wedding, and I'm going to keep it on a wedding. So just say the bride lets the event planner, just say the event planner reach out to an event designer or event decorator like myself, and they want me to decorate for 200 tables. All right, so what I need to do, I need to go into the venue to look around. You do not want to go into the venue not knowing what you're going there to set up for. So you need to go and you need to look at the venue just to make sure everything is, you know, you can decorate it, first of all, because don't take a job and you know you cannot deliver. All right, so just go in there, get the feel of it, look around, because myself, I have to look around at whether it's a venue, or wherever it may be, just to get the feel of it, just to look around and, you know, just see what I need to do. All right, so event designers, they come in, they set up tables, chairs, we do draping, backdrops, lights, centerpieces, balloons, and so forth. All right, charger plates, utensils. You make sure the table is set up to give that wow factor. Tablecloths, all of those things is set up so that the client, the bride and the groom will be ready for their wedding. As they come in, everything is set up, everything is ready for the guest. So all they have to do, sit down, eat, enjoy the wedding, enjoy the reception, or enjoy, you know, whatever it is that you're setting up. Okay, so that's what event decorators' job is to do. It is the job of the event designer and decorator to make sure everything is looking, my favorite word, fabulous. To make sure everything is looking fabulous so that when the client walks in, the bride, whomever it may be, they will have that wow factor, okay? That's what you want them to see, the wow factor. Of the day of the event, we bring the wow factor, just like I just said. You know how you walk into a store or venue or wherever you're going, and just say, for instance, home goods. You know, we all love home goods. We all love, TJ Maxx, because I just went to TJ Maxx the other day, and I was like, whoa, wow, because I bought some plates, and these plates just really whew, those are really nice. Some really nice plates. But that's just give the wow factor. It just shows you whatever it is that you're looking at that gives you the wow factor. Just imagine your client being the same way. As they walk into the venue or the event, they have the wow factor. That's what you want them to have so that they can recommend you to other people. And as well as the guests, when they come in, they'll be wowed also, and they will want you to decorate for their event. All right. So, all right, event decorators also collaborates with other photographers. They collaborate with event planners. They collaborate with many different people in order to get their names out there. All right. Some event decorators also have attend different events where event planners are. There's photographers. There are many different people there that they can collaborate with to get their name out there. Magazines, people who own different venues, people who own different, just say for instance, stores. You know, it may be someone who owns a restaurant. It may be someone who owns a salon, whatever it may be. You can get your name out to those people, and you never know when they may be opening another store. They may be having a grand opening. They want you to come and decorate for something. They may want you, if you're a balloon stylist, they may want you to come and do balloons, because I am an event decorator as well as I do balloons, okay? So, yeah, so collaborate with all types of different people, and therefore you can get your name out there to more people, all right? Let me see what else I want to talk about. All right, so when I just told you about event planners and event designers and event decorators, okay? So both event planners and event decorators or designers' job is to work for the client. So when you get hired, whether if you're an event planner or an event decorator, your job is to work for the client. Your job is to be there for the client. Your job, especially as an event planner, because event planners, to me, their job is a little bit more difficult because they have to be there for the client. When the client calls, they have to answer, you know, and you have to be there to contact all the venues, the music, for the vendors for the music, the food. It's like a lot of things that you have to do. All right. So, but the overall job or work is to work for the client. So whatever the client is asking for, the event planner as well as the event designer is their job is to provide. Okay, provide for what they want. And a client can be a male, it can be a female, it can be a bride or groom, it could be the mother of the groom, it could be the mother of the bride, it could be the father of the groom or the father of the bride, it could be the sister. It can be many different types of people. I have a wedding coming up that I will be doing next month, and the sister of the bride contacted me. Okay, so my client is the sister. I reach out to the sister for whatever I want to ask, or, you know, whatever it may be, because she's doing this for her sister. Now, I did meet with the sister, which is the bride. I went and I looked around at everything that she wanted and got her vision for what she wanted for her wedding. But overall, my client is the sister because she's the one who signed the contract. She's the one who did all of that. So my contact person is the sister of the bride. Okay, that's for the wedding I have coming up next month. The event planner normally hires an event designer and decorator, but sometimes the client already has an event designer or event decorator that they want to work with. Because sometimes, you know, the client may already know a person. It could be a family member. It could be someone that was recommended to them or someone they work with. It could be anyone. So a lot of times the client already have an event designer or event decorator that they want. So the event planner, all they have to do is concentrate on the other things, such as finding the venue, getting the vendors, and getting all those things in order, okay? But most of the time, the event planner hires or finds the event designer or the event decorator, okay? So some event planners are also event designers and event decorators. So some event planners are also event decorators, which mean that they have a double job. You know, they plan for the event and they also decorate for the event. So, you know, myself, I can decorate, I can plan, I can do both. But I consider myself an event designer or event decorator. But if my client needs someone to plan their wedding or plan their party, I can do that also. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is how are event planners and event designers and decorators similar? And I may have already touched on this a little bit, but planners and designers are similar because both wants the best for the client. All right. They want the client to have the most enjoyable day on their wedding, party, whatever it may be, so that they're not stressed and they're not worried about, you know, trying to find this venue or trying to find the vendor for music or trying to find the caterer to make sure the guests have food, or trying to find an event decorator, which some of them do already have their event decorator, but most of them maybe they don't, but trying to worry about finding an event decorator. So the event planner will go ahead and find the event decorator or the balloon stylist. Okay. All right. So both dedicate precious time to the client because it takes time to plan anything. I know that if you have children, maybe you don't have birthday parties, or you are an event designer or an event decorator or even an event planner, you know, it takes time to plan for the wedding. It takes time to plan for whatever the event may be for your client. So that's precious time that you're taking in order to dedicate your time to the client. So therefore, you and the client can have a really close relationship. The event planner and the event and the client have to work so close together on a daily basis. And even with event planners, event decorators, and client, they can have a form of close relationship because they're working you know, in close proximity to each other on a daily basis. All right. Let me see what else I want to say. All right, so like I told you before, event planners are mostly on call for clients' questions, any updates, or anything that the client or the bride or the groom wants to add to the wedding, or any questions they may have about maybe a vendor or whatever it may be. All right. And so both planners and designers, both the event planner and the event designer will be on site the day of the wedding or the event. Okay. Now, for that reason, both of them need to be there, because the event planner is there to make sure everything runs smoothly. She's there to make sure the event designer pretty much do their job. The event decorator is there to go ahead and decorate. Remember, I said the wow factor. They'll make sure that everything is looking really good, so that when the guests come, you have their wow factor. When the client comes in, they be like, you know, they have the wow factor also. So that's why I said the event planner and the event decorator sometimes, you know, become close, because, you know, they really have that close relationship. So both dedicate precious time to the client, and an event planner is there to answer any questions or give any updates to the client of any maybe vendor changes, food changes, whatever it may be that the client needs to know, or the bride or the groom or whoever the client may be. Okay. Both planners and designers will be on site during the event. So both planners and designers need to be on site during the event. The event planner needs to be there just to make sure everything runs smoothly, because remember, you do not want to stress out the client, which may be, we're going to say, the bride. All right. You want to make sure everything, the planner wants to make sure everything runs smoothly. The vendors are doing what they're supposed to do, whether it's music vendor, the band, the event decorator, the food. They want to make sure that the food vendors arrive on time, so that all of the food can be set up, so that when the guests start coming in, everything is set up. The event decorator want to make sure that they're there to make sure everything is decorated on time, so that when the guests start arriving, you know, the event decorator will not be in the way of, you know, the guests coming in and being able to sit down and enjoy the wedding or the reception. Okay. So event decorators are sometimes hired to do both. If it's having a wedding, sometimes they're hired to decorate for the wedding as well as the reception or the rehearsal dinner. Some of them may be hired to come and decorate and to provide decorations for the rehearsal, because some people may, you know, decorate the night before, whatever it may be. An event planner usually stays at the wedding the entire time, from, you know, from the time that from the morning to whenever the event is over, because like I said before, they want to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Now, the event decorator, like myself, I go in, I decorate, I do what I need to do, and I leave, unless the client asks for me to stay or to come back. All right, so I'm going to get into that. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So, you know, you decorate, you leave, and come back to pick up your items. Whereas an event planner, they stay the entire time, like I said before. All right, unless the client asks you to stay and enjoy with the client and the guest. Please come back on tomorrow for part 2. Thank you.